What's up? Welcome back to Kwoz's Big Board. I appreciate all y'all for checking back in with me. Again, that's Kwoz's Big Board on YouTube, and you can always catch me at Twitter, which I'm going to be doing some weekly content this year. It's going to be called In the Crosshairs, where I actually select one player on offense, one player on defense, and let's just go through their game footage and just have one guy in the crosshair on either side of the ball. So that's going to be really exciting. You'll be seeing that weekly again on Twitter. I'm at Wizard of Kwoz, and also at Instagram. You can see me there again at Wizard of Kwoz. So please click in, comment, subscribe, and then we can ride out for the rest of the season. But I'm ready to get it started. I want to talk about that 53-man roster and the other 17. And I'm going to give you my predictions for this year. Last year I said 9, y'all. So, hey, you might want to listen. Tune in. Let's get it. This summer, I have been busy. And so this year I decided to lean in with my frat. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. It's been 30 years since me and my line brothers went over in Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity up at IUP LU chapter. It's been 30 years. I said I wanted to get everybody back. Yo, let's come and have a little reunion back in Philly. Bring your wives. I show y'all around. We have a little good time or whatever. We did that thing, and man, it was exciting just to see the boys and where they at now in life 30 years later. It's like a high school reunion, you know what I mean? So that was exciting. From there, I went to the 100-year anniversary up in Pittsburgh, BE, 100 years in. Think about that, 1922, them boys been existing. You know what I mean? They made our chapter, so I had to go back and show some respects. So had a big turn weekend out in Pittsburgh. But since I was in Pittsburgh, so I had to go get myself a Rolfers burger. You know what I mean? Let me say, it ain't got shit on a cheesesteak. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. In fact, it tasted a little rapey. No, that was bad taste. Okay, bad taste. Anyway, I had a great time in Pittsburgh. Went to the Bill Bellamy joint, the concert. We were out there running 5Ks and shit like that, man. Had a good time with my old heads. So that was a great little summer joint, get away down there. And then came back home. Then we had the LU picnic back here in Philly, the yearly LU joint. Oh my God, got to hook up with some of the young bulls that I haven't seen in a minute. All my old heads was coming through, man. It was just a great weekend for frat, you know what I'm saying? And I really got into the whole frat thing this summer, and I ain't gonna make it my last because, it's good to be around good black men who are capable and doing some shit, you know what I mean? It's just good to see your homies like that. So, as you see, I've had a busy summer, but Howie's had a busy summer, and the Philadelphia Eagles as well. We're going to talk about this 53-man roster. Now, remember, y'all, last time that I was talking, y'all remember me saying stuff like, my goal this year is to challenge every single room, tight end, running back, O-line. Everybody gets challenged. We got 3 first-round picks. Let's do some shit, bro. Okay, let's not just stand pat. Let's do some shit. Challenge everybody. And guess what? You don't got to go too much further in this draft than Georgia. You don't got to go too much further. Yeah, so that's exactly what they did. I'm not saying that they listen to me. I'm just saying they do hear me. You know what I mean? So maybe you should too. All right. But we look at it in each room and how they decided to challenge each room. We'll start with defensive line, and that's Jordan Davis. I don't have to say a lot about Jordan Davis, y'all. I don't have to say a lot about him. Let the tape speak for itself. Now, a big time fit. I mean, he's going to challenge that room. He is going to get some tick. I mean, he's in the rotation with him, Hargraves, and Fletcher Cox, and Millie Williams. That's going to be a nice little quartet running in and out down there. I'm hoping for some production. Edge rushers. I did not look at edge rushers in the 5th, 6th, and 7th and undrafted because I was dead set there in the draft that they were going to take one in the first 2 rounds with the depth of defensive ends. Now, they decided to do different things with those earlier picks this year, but they kept defensive end and challenging that Sam linebacker position in the draft. They did it with Kyron Johnson. Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all. I didn't watch his tape, but he did flash. I did remember his name because he had did this in the Senior Bowl during the one-on-one drills. He did this. So I seen that, and so he was on the radar, but I wasn't paying him no mind. So hopefully, I mean, from what I've seen so far, he's a speed rusher guy, and he likes to come down that line real hard and get involved, which makes him susceptible to the bootleg and getting around fairly easy, but that can be worked on. Plus, he needs to pick up a little bit of weight. So I'm interested to see what his future look like. No hurry there because Hassan Reddick is in that room now. That's going to be your Sam probably for the next 5-6 years at least, maybe even longer. I'm excited about Hassan Reddick, y'all. Then at the linebacker position, they got rid of my man. Right, they sent him out to Denver. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta move on, and you gotta look for something. You gotta upgrade the room, and that's what I believe that they did with 2 players. They Kaiser White and Nakobe Dean. Now Nakobe Dean is the one that we was all excited about. Like, damn, you got him in the 3rd round when we had him projected no later than the 2nd. So big win for Howie, big win, and they challenged the cornerbacks with this unrestricted rookie free agent. His name is Josh Jobe out of Alabama. I know you've already heard of him about right now. He challenges last year's rookie Zach McPherson. They went out and got Bradbury to solidify that CB2 spot, so they didn't think high enough of Zach McPherson to even give him an opportunity to this year. They didn't think high enough of him to do that. And then, to make it worse, they got an unrestricted bull to push him from the other direction. So I'm not sure what they feel about Zach right now. But in even the safety position, the cornerback and safety, which we thought they was going to take in the draft, they do that with another unrestricted free agent, and that's Reed Blankenship. Now, I'll tell y'all the truth. When I looked at safeties, a lot of times in a lot of publications I looked at, Reed was coming in somewhere behind like Nick Cross of Maryland, who went to Indy, who's having a bang-up preseason, is going to be a contributor. But he was behind most of the safeties, and I thought safety would be high on their list, so I didn't go and look at any of his tape. But the first time I seen Reed was he was playing in the Senior Bowl, but seeing him live in person, I'm talking about 6'1", 200 pounds. Wow, we could be looking at the next Wes Hopkins. He's physical. I'd like to see more of him. Kayvon Wallace is got his shit to get off the pod. It's going to be that's challenging that safety room really nicely. We'll see how that goes. But keep an eye out for Reed. I think he's going to make some plays in special team. Now, on the offensive side, they did decide to challenge every room. Start with the tight end. I didn't think they would go back to the draft for a tight end. I thought they would get a free agent guy, somebody better than Richard Rodgers, but they didn't. They went Grant Calcaterra. I don't know much about Grant Calcaterra. I guess it's an upgrade. We'll see. But I believe it may be an upgrade. Offensive line, they got a little greedy because they took Cam Jurgens in the 2nd round, which was okay. You had to get him there, but I didn't think 2nd round. I thought he was going to get a receiver there. Remember, before they did all the Willon and Dillon, I thought he was going to get a receiver, so I wasn't thinking about an early 2nd round interior boy. I thought maybe in the 3rd round you go get that guy to replace Kelsey. But no, they take him in the 2nd round, and from what he showed, he's a good substitute for Kelsey when Kelsey's done, because you're talking about a guy who's another 3-4 inches taller than Kelsey and about 20 pounds heavier. So you're looking at a bigger Kelsey. So he's an exciting piece to watch. But he's going to push that room. But where I think they got a little greedy is Josh Sills, an unrestricted free agent. Now, Jeff Stoutland can have whoever he wants, but right now he runs up with 10 offensive linemen. That really limits what we can do with the skill positions. And I'm saying, all right, you're talking about a 9th or 10th bull holding a roster spot over some of the wide receiver undrafted free agents. Like the ones I would talk about is Britton Colby. Britton Colby plays punt returner. That's what he does. He's a punt returner. We need a punt returner. It sounds like how they're going to handle that position is doing it by committee and giving other people opportunities back there. What that says to me is a lack of commitment to the return game. I don't know why, but you're also exposing other key players to injury by putting them there. But they're going to do it. I don't understand how he doesn't have a roster spot, and he showed some glimpses. Let me show you just one quick little return. In this return I counted, he shook 3 balls, 3 guys. Yeah, I mean that's just the quicks, and I mean it's a clean catch, ball barreling down on him. It's a clean catch, and he had the frame of mind to juke here and juke. I would like to have seen if he could do something. Maybe they will, because now they're starting to refer to their 70-man roster. It's 70 man, not 53, 70 man. So maybe they plan to do something like take somebody from one of this other position where they challenged was the running back room. Now they had to trade for Trey Sermon, so he's on the active 53. I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to maybe waive him and try to let him clear through waivers and bring him back on the practice squad. But when you look at the running back room, we had spoke about challenging Miles Sanders. I don't see a running back here to challenge Miles Sanders. In fact, I see backs to complement Miles Sanders. Behind there, which we all thought they needed, was that between the tackle bully type running back. Now, when you look at the last 3 guys, you got Kennedy Brooks, who was undrafted. He's on the practice squad. Then you got Perrine. Perrine came from the Jets. And then you got Trey Sermon, which I don't know if they're going to keep him on the active 3. But those last 3 guys are poundy in between tackle type running backs. Not sure how much we're going to need that position this year, because I have a lot of confidence in the other backs, but they missed the opportunity to challenge Miles Sanders, which you should have. Now, this whole injury in the summertime and the lack of plan and actually practice him by Miles Sanders, I don't know if it's a mutual agreement where they're going to keep him in the garage right now, because this is his make or break year, and maybe they decide to use every single carry during the evaluation period, which is the season. Maybe that's what happened, or maybe he decided he's not going to take that risk being where he's at in his contract, and he decided not to come back. I don't know, but everybody who goes to the Philadelphia Eagles IR never comes back. They never come back. You go IR in Philadelphia, you ain't coming back. So he's back now, ready to go, and I'm hoping for big things this year. So I see them making challenges in every single room except for quarterback, and we said that we'll worry about quarterback after this evaluation process. But I don't believe this is his last year. In fact, when you look at this roster, how much they picked up so much free agency and trade for high-end guys, this roster is built for anybody to run it. So I don't see it as like they're going to be ready to get rid of Hurts. What I see it as is leverage to tell Hurts and his party that, guess what? We got a team that's ready to go. So we're not paying no $40-50 million for a quarterback, which I don't think they should for Hurts. I don't think they should. And nor do I think he should command that just because other established quarterbacks are doing that. And that's the market value. I don't believe that. What I do believe was going to be on the table is the Carson Wentz deal at $35 million. And I think that's where we're going to kind of settle in at. And I don't think it's his last year, because you don't go get one of his best friends and bring him in and be like, all right, you didn't make it, but we keeping your best friend. Best friend going to be acting up. Like, AJ going to be like, yo, man, I ain't even part of this. I came here to play with Hurts. So y'all with this whole Hurts better prove it or he out of here, slow down with that. Slow down with that. You just don't go get his homie like that if he only had 1 year to prove it. So that's my take on it. And, you know, I think that we've improved the roster a lot. I think that this roster is probably going to do well this year. My predictions. So this year we have the NFC North, the AFC South, and then we have our division. So we'll start with the division. I believe we're going to go 4-2. We'll split with a couple of those guys. I don't think we'll sweep right through. It's the NFC East. Nobody sweeps through. Goofy shit happens. In the NFC North, I think we go 3-1 in the NFC North. In the AFC South, I think we go 2-2. And we have the second place finishers from last year. So that's the Saints and the Cardinals. I think we go 1-1 there. Also, with the 17th game, we got the Steelers. So the Steelers are coming here for our 17th game. I believe we win that game. So I have them at 11-6. 11-6 is my number. I'm sticking to it. That's the minimum wins I project for this year. But don't be surprised. This team can win 13 games and get a first round bye. That's the kind of talent that they have on this roster. So it is possible. I'm excited. You're excited. We're ready to go ahead and get this thing together. So again, if you do like the content, please hit me up, subscribe, leave a comment. And I'm at Kwoz's Big Board, or I'm at the Wizard of Kwoz on Instagram and Twitter. So if you're down with that kind of information, it's cool. Lock in with me. So that's pretty much it. But since you are here, we might as well make a little change together. This weekend, please take Detroit to cover that 4. I'm looking at 24-20. Detroit is going to start coming back towards the end. We're going to get out early, but I think fatigue is going to set in with our big boys on defense up front, right there with a motivated Detroit team on the road. So look for a 24-20 victory by the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's get that change together. Kwoz's Big Board is out. Yo.